What's going on, gun family? Urban Gun Reviews, and today on this episode of Friends with Guns, we got my man Tactical Black Guy. So if you're not following him on YouTube, stop what you're doing right now and go follow this man right now. Okay. So how you doing today, bro?
I'm good, man. I couldn't be better.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. So I appreciate you for coming on and doing the platform. And let's go hop into these questions.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
All right. First off, for the people, first question I ask everybody is, where you from?
Originally, I'm from Clarksdale, Mississippi, but of course, through the military, my parents being in the military, I've been all over the place, all around the world several times. But originally, Clarksdale, Mississippi. Now I live in Biloxi.
Okay. What branch of the military was you in?
I was in the Army.
Okay. How many? What they call it? How many times did you go in? Like, what's it called when you go?
Deployment.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So I spent a total of 12 years in. I was a reservist initially, and I was what they call 75 Charlie, which is personnel. Then I went to infantry as an officer. I got commissioned. So I've been deployed probably maybe about 8 times because I did contracting work too. So I've
Okay.
been overseas several times.
All right. What made you want to join the military?
Mainly my parents, because my dad's retired Air Force, and then my mom is also a veteran. I got uncles and stuff. We represent basically every branch of the military, so I
Okay.
kind of wanted to follow in their footsteps.
I got you. Well, thank you for your service. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
How'd you come up with your YouTube channel name?
Well, initially the name was Tech Gun Sports Lover. I've
Okay.
been on the platform for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
so I wanted something a little bit more catchy, I would say.
Okay.
So that's why I changed it. Obviously, Tactical Black Guy is it kind of brings a little bit more attention to to the channels.
Yeah, definitely. So you're in the tech too?
Yeah. I'm a man. I'm a nerd. Like tech big time.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like I love tech, I love guns. You know what I mean. But tech was probably something that I've been into for since I was a kid. You know what I mean. So I love tech myself.
Oh, cool. I got some questions for you maybe later on.
Okay,
So,
cool. How long have you been a content creator?
man, you're not gonna believe this. It's been over 10 years.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. It's been like an evolution um, over that time. So a lot has changed, but it's been a while, 10 years.
Yeah. What made you want to get into creating content?
Just looking at other YouTube channels, like I said initially, it wasn't just about guns and gear. It was tech stuff, and a little bit of sports and stuff. So just watching other people,
Okay.
I think it's a good platform to get information out.
Hmm.
And really, it's still a hobby for me. I'm not doing this for a living. I do it more as a hobby more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, definitely. How long you been in the firearms?
Man, I'm gonna tell you my age. Should I tell you? No, I'm gonna say this. I'm in my 40s, right?
Okay.
So I've been into guns since I was 18, starting with the military
All right.
up until now. Of course, I'm still into guns.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. It's been an evolution. So mainly, I was into in the military. Basically, we shoot like long guns,
Yeah.
M16s, heavy machine guns, M240s, M249s, 25 millimeter, big heavy stuff.
Okay.
So now I'm getting more into the pistol side. So,
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. You have any firearms training or any type of trainings?
I've been to several classes locally, but in terms of me being, I don't know if you mean me being certified. So I have an NRA certification and also a USCCA certification. So
Okay.
I teach gun safety to other people. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm certified in certain things. Like I'm a raised safety officer. The NRA is refuse to be a victim. I got that certification. I'm currently working on another one with USCCA also.
Okay. What got you into firearms? Was it just the military, or was there any specific person or reason that you got into firearms?
Primarily, it was the military. You don't have a choice in the military. You gotta
Yeah.
learn it. So, and then from there, it just became a hobby for me. So eventually, something I had to do. turn into a hobby.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. What do you EDC?
man, it rotates a lot. But now I'm gonna start carrying. Let me see if I have it around here somewhere. I forgot what I did with it. Now I just shot it too. I'm gonna start carrying the Hellcat. I'm telling you. Where is it at? Let me see if I got it on the wall somewhere. Man, I wish I had it here. Look, hold on a second. Let me look right here and see if I got it.
Yep.
I think I got it right here. I don't mean to get off camera, but
Oh no, you good.
this gun right here, I'm telling you, this gun is the truth right here.
Okay.
I know you said it was kind of snappy,
Mm-hmm.
but man, this thing, the accuracy on this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect it to be so accurate. It was such a short barrel,
Mm-hmm.
but everything I aimed at, I mean, center mass. So that's going to be my new EDC.
Okay.
I kind of rotate them. So
All right.
I like the Canik too. That Canik TP9, the SC. I got the red dot on that one. I can EDC that one.
Okay.
Glock 48. I EDC that one. Trying to think what else do I have in my rotation. I usually rotate between those three primarily.
All right. That was going to be a question later on. Is do you believe in having a carry rotation? So you kind of answer it two at the same time.
Yep.
About the Hellcat, you ever shot the SIG P365 or the P365 XL?
I have shot just a 365. I'm not really a fan of SIGs, but I shot one. Actually, I shot one probably a couple months ago. I shot one a day too. Somebody had one,
Mm-hmm.
and I shot it. It's all right. I'm not a huge fan of them,
Yeah.
so that's why I haven't bought one.
Okay. Yeah.
What
Like.
about you? You shot one?
Yeah,
You bought one?
I got both. I got the P365, the regular one, and I got the XL, and I got the Hellcat. Because I was like, at one time, I was like really into micros, and that's like when I had my Glock 43 at the same time. And like I compared those four guns because I was like, there's no point in me really having all of these micro pistols, at the same time because I'm not really, switching them out that often. And I was carrying the Glock 43 at the time. And then I got the SIG P365 because it held more rounds than the 6 rounds in the Glock 43. And then the XL was a little bigger, so I liked that. And the Hellcat was like the new thing on the market, so I had to try that out. And I like the Hellcat. It's a great gun. I think it's better looking and like aesthetics and everything, far as those four are considered. But and I shot good with it. I just don't. I think it was more snappy than the P365 XL, so I kind of prefer the XL over the Hellcat. But it's a great gun, though. Yeah. What's your thoughts on guns with safeties?
I think it's just an extra step that you probably don't need.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't carry guns with external safeties on them. I think the trigger safety or safe action safety is what God calls it. Trigger safety is probably going to be good enough. If you train enough, you're not going to have any type of accidental discharge. So I'm not a fan of safeties on guns.
Yeah, that's my kind of thoughts too. Like, I don't mind guns with safeties, but as far as carrying them, like I wouldn't carry a gun with a safety. Yeah. What's your thoughts on carry guns with lights and red dots?
So I used to be against the red dots, but as I'm just starting really to get into red dots, I think that you shoot faster.
Yeah.
So I'm becoming a fan very fast. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
And then lights on guns, I guess it depends on, like if it's a gun you keep on your bedside, then I guess you probably would need a light on it. Other than that, I don't really see the purpose. I guess you could train at night with a light.
Yeah.
I don't put lights on most of my guns. Even the gun I have on my bed, close to my bed, I don't even have a light on that one. But I think, it is necessary. If you get up in the middle of the night, somebody's in your house, you need some light. So.
Yeah, definitely. What's your thoughts on keeping a round in the chamber at all times?
Round in the chamber. I carry with a round in the chamber because, again, you had an extra step.
Yeah. So
if you have to shoot someone, you're going to have an adrenaline dump. And it's going to be bad if you don't already have a round chamber. It's just an extra step. So I carry that way. Even if I carry a 1911, I would still carry that way, even though some people say those are a little bit more dangerous
Yeah.
to carry. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. Rounded chamber's good.
Yeah, I definitely think that too. I just feel like you said, it's an extra step, and even if you train without it, it's still that extra step could be milliseconds. It could be your life. So definitely
Exactly.
should have to
Yeah,
carry
I
one.
agree with that. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
First gun you ever purchased, and why?
Man, the first gun I purchased, I'm trying to think. Let me see. Do I have it right here? It probably was. Let me grab a gun.
Hmm.
I can't remember. I think the first pistol I ever purchased, I think it was this one right here. This is Smith and Wesson SD9, but maybe it's called like SVE or
Yeah,
something 9.
yeah, nine
It wasn't
DE or
black
something.
like this.
Okay,
Yeah, it wasn't black. It was silver. But I paid like $500 for that gun. That was my first one.
okay.
And the reason I purchased it, I just felt like at the time I needed a gun
Hmm.
for protection.
Yeah. So that's the reason, like, you got your first firearm is basically just for protection.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You ever bought a used gun?
No. I don't think I've ever in my life bought a used gun. Everything I buy is new because I think if you buy something used, you're buying somebody else's problems.
Definitely,
And
definitely.
yeah, I've since I've been teaching this gun class, I've taught probably 350 people probably the last couple of years.
Hmm.
And I always tell them, don't go to the pawn shop and buy a used gun.
Yeah,
If you don't know anything about that gun, you're just buying somebody else's problems. I just say spend the extra money, buy a brand new. And also the warranty too.
yeah.
So if something happens to the new gun, you can send it back. If it's used, you can send it back, but they're gonna ask you to pay for it and stuff like this.
Hmm. You ever bought a gun at a gun show?
Gun show, trying to think. Yeah, I think I probably bought a couple of those high point rifles. I
Okay.
probably bought a couple of those at a gun show when I lived in Georgia.
All right. Like
That's
like the carbines, or something.
yeah, I like that. I like the high point
Mm.
rifles. I think those are underrated. You
Yeah.
might have seen like Instagram, like me posting a picture of that.
Uh huh.
So I got all of them that they make, and yeah, I think they're underrated. Those are super accurate, and there's hardly ever. I don't think I ever had a misfire with one of their rifles. Just the rifle though, not the handgun. Let's make that clear. Just the rifle.
Yeah, I've,
So
ne-
yeah,
I've
those
never
are really good.
I've never shot any of their rifles. I've shot the handgun and terrible experience, but I've never shot the rifles. But I've heard a lot of
No,
good things about them.
yeah, just leave the handguns wherever you in the store or whatever.
Yeah. Any gun that you would like to buy, but you think the price is too high at the moment?
Um, Man, I'm trying to think. I probably could use. I don't know. That's a tough one. Um, Maybe some of the higher end 1911s. You know,
Okay.
they get pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Probably. So the price of ARs also they've gone through the roof.
Yeah.
So you're looking at like $1,000 for a mediocre AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be an example of one. But I don't have a particular brand or anything. If I see a gun and I like it, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go buy it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna raise the money to go buy it some
Yeah.
kind of way.
I
So
feel you.
somebody's gonna give me a donation so I can go buy it.
How often would you say you clean your carry gun?
Um, Typically about once every couple of weeks,
Okay.
because I'm at the range every week. So typically, yeah, once every couple weeks.
All right.
It stays pretty clean.
Yeah. I probably clean mine probably about twice a month. And, I mean, even if I'm not shooting, consistently, just from, it being in my holster and being, concealed, you get all type of lint and dust and stuff in there. So I like to clean
Yeah,
mine every once in a while.
that's true. True. Good point.
Yeah. Best gun you feel like you've ever shot?
Um, That's also a hard one. I got so many guns, it's ridiculous. I'm trying to think. Uh, I hate to say this. I'm gonna say it, but it's not American made. I like that the Canic. Those guns are underrated.
Definitely.
So the TP9 SF, just the basic one,
Hmm.
is under $400 full size. Like it's amazing. That gun is probably one of my best guns. That I can any kind of ammo. It takes any kind of ammo. The accuracy is ridiculous. So I have to say that right
Okay.
now.
All right. Yeah, I got the Canik TP9 SFX. That's like the competition model. I just got it because I heard a lot of good things about it, and a friend of mine had it, so he said it was really good. And I tried it out, and it shoots, and it's a great gun. Like I love the length and everything, very accurate. It just didn't like what I had blazer brass. I think I put through it. It didn't like that blazer at all. I had about a hang up every few mags with the blazer brass, but other than that, I think Canik is one of the, like you said, most underrated budget guns, and not like they give you like a budget pistol. Like it's not, it don't have like just regular features. It has some pretty decent features to be in the price range that it's in.
Yeah. Now I got the TP9 SFX too. Matter of fact, I shot it today. Just make sure you get a red dot. It's probably better, I think, with a red dot,
Okay.
especially if you plan on. I don't know if you shoot competition, but if you go in a shoot competition, then I think they allow it. You need that red dot.
Okay.
Need it. But yeah, it's ridiculously accurate too. I just put the red dot on it, started shooting. It was shooting a little bit left, made the adjustment, shot again, red dot,
Hmm.
center match every single shot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely a great gun. Worst gun you feel like you've ever shot?
uh, that's a tough one. It's probably the high point. I
Okay.
had a high point. I think it was a 45. I think
Hmm.
it's the C45, and that thing was complete garbage. I mean, I think I gave it away. That's how bad it was. I mean,
Yeah.
it was trash. It was heavy and very unreliable. That's
Definitely.
gotta be the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the High Point C9. Like High Point actually sent it to me to review, and that's the gun I had the most hang-ups with and failures of feed and everything with it. Yeah, I don't really like the blowback style either, but I think a lot of the problems are mag related because the magazines are just terrible. I don't think the gun itself is that bad, as far as shooting, but the magazines probably cause 90% of the problems with feeds and
Hmm.
everything, in my opinion. But
They,
that's what I think.
they got a new one out there. I don't know, not new, but it's been out probably maybe a year or two.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called. It's a new version of the 9mm.
yeah, I think it's the Yeet Cannon or something like that. They got a stupid ass name for it. I think they let people come up with a name, and then that's what they came up with, was like the Yeet Cannon. It's just terrible.
Trash, man. Trash.
Yep. Would you consider yourself a fanboy to any gun manufacturer?
Um, I'm not gonna. I have to say it again. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of Canon.
Okay.
Ever since I bought the first Canon gun, now I think I got four of them. So you can, I guess you can call me a fanboy of that. I'm not really a big fan of any other company, like not Glock. Of course, I already said not Sig, not Springfield, not Walther, but Canon for what the price for what they give you and what you pay. To me, they're all value packed guns.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of that.
Okay. You prefer inside or outdoor ranges?
I prefer outdoor ranges because you could do more outside.
Yeah.
Inside, they got all these rules and stuff. And down here, we got crappy indoor ranges. It's on a couple that I know, and they all are terrible.
Okay.
So outdoor ranges are definitely the way to go.
Okay. Best handgun caliber in your opinion, and why?
Caliber. It's probably gonna be the 9mm. I know most people say that,
Hmm.
but availability of the ammo. That's why you can get, well, not now, but it used to be you could get 9mm pretty easily. It's readily available.
Yeah.
That's probably the most readily available caliber. So that's why I would pick. There's some other small reasons too. Recoil, um, capacity, the size of the round,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But primarily, you can get it real easy. That's why I like that.
Yeah. Best rifle caliber in your opinion, and why?
Rifle caliber. Let's go with. It's a toss up. I would say. It might be 7.62.
All right.
And I think because those rounds seem to be almost cheaper to buy. Like you
Definitely.
can find 7.62 now, and you can't find 5.56.
Mm-hmm.
So readily available again. And the round is, they use that caliber in like AK-47s and some of the heavier rifles that we have in the army.
Yeah.
So lethality too. Those rounds will really mess you up.
Yeah.
So that's why I like 7.62.
Yeah, the price, there's a big price difference in them. Like you can probably get a regular little box of 7.62 for about $10-20, and 5.56 it might cost you about $40-50. So
Exactly. And the rounds are just sitting there. Like I can go right now and get those rounds.
yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yep. AK-47 or AR-15, which platform you prefer?
I'm gonna go with AR-15.
Okay.
It's obviously, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's more reliable as a round.
All right.
So, yeah, I like the 5.56 223 round.
Okay. Yeah, I like the AK-47 platform a little better. I think I just like the setup of the AK-47, and then I like just the round itself, because it's like you can shoot it and it's dirty. Like you can put it through anything steel case and it's not going to jam your gun up. And most times, AK-47, you throw it around, don't really care about it, and it's still going to give you the bang every time. And AR-15, you got to be a little bit more gentle with AR-15, but probably accuracy wise, the AR-15 is a better accurate gun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's what I was getting at. The accuracy is much better.
Yeah.
On AR-15
Yep.
versus AK. And I've shot when I was in Afghanistan. I shot both of them. I had to qualify with an AK-47, and I barely qualified because I kept shooting it, and it would push me back, and my rounds are going higher and higher.
Oh yeah.
So I finally figured out, and I barely qualified. So
Okay.
I like that 5.56 AR-15 better.
Yeah. Okay. Most money that you've ever paid for a gun, and what was it, if you don't mind saying?
Most money. I'm trying to think. That's a tough question. I probably would say, man, that's tough. I'm thinking. Maybe in the last, let's just say last couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
it probably gonna be that Canon TP9 SFX, only because I put a red dot on it. So altogether, I probably got maybe like $750, $800, something like that into that one gun.
Okay.
That's probably the most I paid. Are you talking handguns or rifles or all any gun?
Anyone? Yeah, either. It don't really matter.
Trying to think, is there any? That's probably about it. $800, 800, yeah, about $800.
Okay. Dry firing, you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
Dry firing, I think it's good because it helps you with your practice and muscle memory. So I say that's a good thing.
Yeah. Thoughts on the Appendix carry?
If you can find the right holster, I think it's all right. And you just got to train for what you're doing. If you just just put it, in appendix, and you go out there and you're untrained, then obviously it could present a problem. So you find the right holster, you train. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's faster drawing from appendix versus having it, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that, drawing from the back or even from the side. Appendix is probably quicker. But I think a lot of people are doing it and they're untrained though.
Yeah.
So then it becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, I'm all for it. I do it sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes though.
Okay. Steel or paper targets? Which one you prefer?
I like steel targets because of the audible feedback you get.
Yeah.
So when I'm going, like when I'm shooting, it's a property that I go to shoot where I have full range. I can do what I want. I'm using steel targets.
Okay. Yeah, I like steel targets probably for the same reason. I like to hear the cling and all that, but I like paper targets for like sighting in red dots or anything, or just to get a more accurate view of what I'm actually hitting. Then I prefer paper targets, but definitely steel targets more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You ever had a negligent discharge?
Let me think. No, never.
Okay. Cool.
Um,
Any firearms that you're looking forward to getting in the future?
thinking. It's a lot out there. Maybe I'm looking forward to. I think I want to get that Glock in maybe 45. Is it a Glock 45? Whatever it's called. I
The
want it in the 45, but
the 9 caliber, the 9 millimeter, or the 45 caliber?
nah, 45. What is it? It's called the Glock 45?
No, the 45 caliber is a 21. I think it's what 21 and I forget the other ones. There's other ones. There's a whole bunch of different calibers.
Yeah, they got so
I
many
mean,
models out there. I get confused, but I do
yeah,
want to get a Glock in a heavier caliber, like a 45. But other than that, if I just see something I like, I just get it. So it's not like I have a list of all the guns
yeah,
I want to get. If I see it and I like it, I go buy it.
yeah. Cool. What's your thoughts on open carry?
Open carry. So I don't personally do open carry, but people have the right to do it. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of silly because your gun open carry, your gun is exposed. So you letting everybody know that the gun is there.
Yep.
On one hand, that's good. On the other hand, it's not so good. I'd rather have it concealed where people don't know that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen videos where people go up and just grab people's gun because they're open
Yeah.
carrying.
Yep.
And it just brings a lot of unwanted attention to
Mm-hmm.
me. I don't want that attention. So
Yep.
even though I can do it in Mississippi, I don't need a permit or anything to do it.
Yeah.
But I prefer concealed carry over open carry. I'm not a fan of these guys walking around, Walmart and Academy, all these stores,
Mm-hmm.
open carry just because they can.
Yeah, I see it a lot too. Like I see people who open carry, but they don't have a good retention holster, and like you said, people just come up and,
Yeah,
and grab it right off of them, and there's nothing you could do at that point, really. But
exactly.
I definitely
Right.
see it at Walmart too. Like people walking around with their shirt up, it's like they want us, everybody to see it. And like you said, I don't mind. Like if that's what you choose to do, you choose to open carry. That's your prerogative. But I just always feel like I'd rather conceal carry because if anything ever goes down, I always think that they're going to shoot the person that they see with a gun, or that you're the initial threat. So they're going to try to disarm you before they think about anybody else because they know that you got a gun.
I agree with that. Yep. Yep. Not a fan of open carry. But you can do it. You have the right to do it.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Do you have a home defense set up as far as like firearms around, in certain spots and stuff like that? You do that type of stuff?
Not in certain spots. I have a gun that I keep next to me, next to my bed, I should say. So I don't have anybody in my house. It's just me.
Yeah.
I have a kind of an elaborate alarm system on my house because I have my guns in the open. If you look behind me, you see several guns
Mm-hmm.
on the wall. So I have a pegboard back here, and I like to display them.
Yeah.
I keep a rifle in the living room, handgun, or near my bed, and that's really about it. That's my plan.
Okay.
I have a gun with me everywhere I go though, because
Yeah.
I'm always carrying. I got one in my car.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. So organized plan, not really, not necessarily, but I have guns when I need them, and I can get to them fast.
Okay. Any firearm that you would 100% recommend to anybody?
I'm gonna have to go again with the Canic. The
Okay.
Canic line of guns because the value's there.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a lot of money, and you're getting a very good gun, very reliable, very accurate. So,
Hmm.
if even if you're on a budget, I just think that's a good option. So that's one I recommend. I'm gonna see what else do I recommend. A lot of people think that Taurus is kind of a trash gun, and it was at one point. They made
Yeah.
a lot of improvements. So I recommend a G3. That's a good gun. Any of the Glocks are good guns, very
Yeah.
reliable. Everybody knows that. I like that Glock 48, the slim. It's the slim version. What else? It's a lot more, but those are kind of like the main ones.
Yeah. Okay. I like the Glock 48 myself. That's probably one of my favorite guns. And I mean, you get the Glock, so you got the reliability, but just the profile of it being like slimmer in the frame and easier to grip and stuff like that. I think it was a good move by them because it caters to the people who don't like the thickness of a grip of a regular Glock. You know, you get the 48 and it changes up some. So I actually I like the 48 and the Taurus too. You know, for budget and stuff like that. I got the Taurus G3 myself. Not a fan of the trigger, but it's not the worst I've ever shot either. But
Yeah, the trigger's not that great.
yeah,
But if you're on a budget though, $250. I mean, you get a pretty decent gun.
yeah. When I bought my Taurus, I think there was like 3 people behind me getting the same gun. You know, that gun was moving out the door that day.
Yep.
Yeah. Any firearm that you would tell people to stay away from? I know we talked about high points, but anything other than a high point that you kind of dislike?
Let me think. I probably would stay. I probably would stay away from the Springfield Armory. They came out with the XD9.
Mm-hmm.
I probably was if I was a new shooter, I probably would stay away from those unless you're willing to train because it has those safety features on it. Like for instance, here it is right here. Stay away from it unless you're willing to train, like that grip safety.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to train to be able to use that. The trigger safety. So it's different things on it that it's not even gonna fire if you don't have this depressed.
Yeah.
So I would say stay away from those unless you're willing to train. So I'll stay away from that. See, of course, high points. Trying to think, is there any others? Some of the older tours, kind of unreliable. I'll stay away from those. Like before, like the G2, I'll probably stay away from the G2. That's really about it.
Yeah.
Those guns are pretty. The majority of the guns out there are pretty reliable though.
Yeah. Yeah. Favorite ammo brand? Do you have one?
I really don't have one. I got a bunch of different types of self-defense ammo. I don't really have one. I will say I would stay away from the steel case ammo because it makes your gun dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will even say that after a while it damages. I don't know how true this is. Damages like the firing pin. I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay.
But it does make a gun dirty. That I can verify.
Definitely. Yep.
So I'll stay away from anything that is steel case. So I don't have a real favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind shooting steel case sometimes because I want my especially with a carry gun, I want my carry gun to be able to shoot whatever, you know. So I definitely don't mind putting some rounds through it. I might not, throw 500 rounds of a steel case through my gun, but definitely a couple hundred I put through it just to make sure like reliability it works and stuff like that.
Yeah. I need that.
What brand of self defense ammo do you use? Do you have a specific one or just?
Let me show you which one I'm using now. If I can find it here. So I use quite a bit, but I kind of like this. It's called Punch. It's Federal Premium. This is 124 grain.
Okay.
This one right here.
All
So I
right.
kind of like that one. I kind of rotated, but I've really been buying this,
Mm-hmm.
and I like this. I like this one a lot. Let me see
Okay.
if I can. But this ammo is kind of expensive though. Yeah, this is what it looks like. This is a basic round.
Okay.
So right now, that's probably my favorite. That's what I got in my everyday carry gun, the
Mm-hmm.
punch.
Okay. I like running Hornady, Critical Defense, or Critical Duty. That's probably my favorite carry ammo. When it comes to just like range ammo, then I really don't care. I'll just shoot, ball ammo or something like that. That don't really matter.
Yeah, same with me. I shoot ball at the range too.
Yeah. You got a favorite brand of holsters that you like?
So I've got probably 1,000 holsters, but let me see if I have this holster. I want to show you this. This is probably one of my favorite holsters, if not my favorite. This is made by Safari Land. This
Okay.
is the GLS. GLS Pro Fit.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like this one because it's a universal holster. You can fit a bunch of different guns in this holster.
All
I
right.
just like the way it's made. I think it's quality. It's got listed 30 something different guns.
Okay.
So this is probably one of my favorite right here.
Mm.
So, and I think you can wear it inside. Yeah, you can wear it inside or outside the waistband. So,
All right. I heard a lot of good stuff about Safari Land. I haven't got one yet, but I've always heard that they're solid holsters.
but they're not cheap though. So be
Yeah,
ready to pay
I
for
heard.
them.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a brand of holsters that you don't like?
Um, I probably stay away from those Phobos holsters.
Okay.
I think they're made in. Aren't they made in Israel? I think.
I think so.
I just
Yeah.
had some.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just to me they just come apart really easily, and they don't have really a good fit
Mm-hmm.
for the gun you buy. Buy them for. So I kind of stay away from those.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm willing to try any holster. So
Yeah. I think I still got my Phobos. I had one for my Glock 43, and I carried it for a while, but I didn't really have no issues with it. But I didn't really carry it too long because I had probably about 40, 50 holsters from my Glock 43 at the time. So I was trying to change them
man,
out.
50 holsters.
Yeah, I was just going through them because for a long time, I couldn't really find a comfortable holster. I prefer like Kydex holsters, and I couldn't really find a comfortable one to, carry inside the waistband. So I was just going through a whole bunch of holsters, and I really didn't want to spend a lot of money on one, but I probably could have saved a lot of money by just buying one expensive, holster was probably better and more reputable brands and stuff like that. I would have probably saved a lot.
Oh, speaking of holsters, let me go back. So Alien Gear, that brand of holster, that also is like one of my favorite. They
Okay.
got a holster system for just about every gun out there, and it's a modular system, so you can wear these holsters. I mean, they make all sorts of different holsters,
Mm-hmm.
and they have you ever seen them before?
Yeah, I worked with Alien Gear for a while. They sent me like a whole bunch of holsters. I've been working with them for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah. So I got every holster that they make. I like the way the system though, how you can swap them out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yep,
they're pretty good. I like those a lot.
yeah, they're solid. They actually got one that I want to try out. I haven't got yet. It's the one for the car. I think it goes like around your seat, and it like puts your gun right at the front of your seat or something like that, like a holster that they have for built for the vehicle for inside of a vehicle.
Yeah, I got that one. They sent me that one already.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
yeah. You prefer inside the waistband or outside the waistband carry?
Inside the waistband because I carry concealed a lot.
Yeah.
Right, basically every day. So inside the waistband.
Okay. Um, would do you, in your opinion, would fewer guns result in less gun violence?
Less gun violence. No, it's probably might be the opposite. Um, I would say more guns would probably equal less violence
Mm-hmm.
because the criminal element knows that more people are armed. So I think that is the exact opposite. Now I haven't done a study on that, but that's just what I think.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's kind of the opposite of what you're saying. Less guns doesn't equal less crime. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I mean, I just look at the states that got the strictest gun laws. You look at New York, Chicago, and well, California, and they probably have some of the highest crime rates because the citizens who are legally able to carry, they make it so hard for them to carry that the criminals know that they don't have a gun. So it's
But until
basically
they do, they won't do anything about it though. The people that are there, they need to make us think about that stuff. They need to
yeah,
start talking about it.
yep,
These places have been like this for years.
yeah,
So they've created a narrative that people are start to believe,
hmm
but it's not really factual. But they start to believe it, so then they don't do anything about it.
yeah, yep. Is gun violence in America a problem?
Um, if you look at all the gun owners versus the crime, I don't think it's a bigger problem as the media will portray it as.
hmm
So it can't it is a problem, but it's not a huge problem. I'll put it like that. All
Yeah,
these gun owners and the crime doesn't equal how many guns there are on the street though,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
yeah. Perfect sense. Perfect sense. Any YouTube channels that you watch frequently?
Man, they may not be gun channels though.
That's fine. That's fine. Anybody?
I probably okay, so I watch Flossie Carter. I
I like
My
Flossie.
man,
I like Flossie. Yeah.
like Flossie. I'm trying to think. I watch Lon.tv, LON.tv. I like him. He does a lot of
Okay.
tech reviews.
All right. I haven't heard of that one.
I watch Mr. Guns and Gear.
Watch that one.
Yeah, I watch Sooch. Sooch, I think.
Yeah. Double I. Suits.
Yeah,
Good channel.
Sooch. I'm trying to, outside of that, it's just random stuff. Like if I need to look up something, I watch it because I don't really watch like one channel in particular. Every video they put out, I watch. It's
Yeah.
not like that.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a kind of a casual viewer, I should say. Unless I have a problem, I need to go to YouTube and see what's out there.
Okay. What advice would you give someone looking to buy their first firearm?
You probably need to go to a local range, indoor range, outdoor range, doesn't matter, and see if you can rent a gun,
Mm-hmm.
shoot with that gun, get comfortable. But even before that, see if you could take some classes
Mm-hmm.
before you decide to purchase it. So try it before you go out and buy it, and definitely get some training. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So that's my advice to someone that's brand new to guns, thinking about buying their first gun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. My mom, she just got her concealed carry permit probably about a month ago, and as soon as she got it, she called me up like, "Yeah, I got my permit. I want to go get a Smith and Wesson." And I'm like, "Why you want a Smith and Wesson?" And she was like, "Well, my friends at work carry, they got Smith and Wesson, so I just want a Smith and Wesson." And I'm like, "Mom, you just can't go get a Smith and Wesson. Like, you got to try out some different guns." So I ended up taking her to the range and let her try out like a few different guns so she can make a decision, like different sizes. We knew she wanted a 9mm, so I like gave her like a full size, a compact, and like a micro 9mm, and let her kind of choose which one she liked from shooting them and eliminate what she didn't like. So she ended up choosing the Glock 48. So that's what she ended up going
oh,
with.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yep. Last question, and I'm gonna let you go. Is do you have I guess it's called a unicorn gun that you would like to get? And it's like a futuristic gun or something that like a fantasy gun that you're looking to buy or that you already got.
I wouldn't say there's a one gun, but what I'm looking at now is those higher end competition guns because
Okay.
I'm going to be shooting in competitions pretty soon. I'm gonna get that going.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't done a lot of research, but I know they cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't even know which companies produce those higher end guns, but that's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
I know some of those are pretty expensive, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000.
Yeah. You ever shot competition before?
No, I haven't. It's just something I'm going to try to get into this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never tried it, but it might be something I'll be willing to try, but I've never done it yet.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so Gun Family, I'd like to thank Tactical Black Guy for coming through the channel and blessing us with his presence and answering these questions. Like I told you in the beginning, if you're not following this man's channel, go to YouTube right now, follow his channel, follow him on Instagram. Great guy, knowledgeable guy. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna lead you astray. Again, appreciate you coming through. Appreciate your service to our country and everything. And anything you'd like to say before we get out of here?
No, I appreciate you doing this. It was a good conversation, and hopefully we connect again. And for everybody watching, he already mentioned it. I'm Tactical Black Guy across pretty much all social media. So appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you too.
All right, have a good one.
Hey, you too.